These days, disinformation news articles are omnipresent on the internet. Without knowing what to look for, one is likely to stumble upon a story designed to deceive a target audience and influence their beliefs. With its aim of covertly driving wedges between a community and sowing discord among alliances, disinformation can be dangerous if left unchecked and unidentified. This video will assist you in identifying these fake news stories by highlighting their common signs, and also provide you with a list of do's and don'ts when deciding whether a piece of information is true or false. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment in this video. Let me know what topics you are interested in and what videos you would like to see. I will be posting at least 2 videos a week, so don't forget to hit the notification button, so that you never miss a video. First thing to keep in mind, you have to realize that facts rarely go as viral as falsehood does. Just because something is viral does not mean that it is accurate. However, the fact that something has been shared widely gives the viral content a sort of social legitimacy that it does not deserve. Sensational false news has a tendency to spread and jump into the mainstream. In order to be sure that the news is accurate, be sure to take the following steps to verify its truthfulness. Do read the About page of the news provider. Some of the viral content spread by elements seeking to deceive the public originate from satirical fake news sites. Satirical content is helpful in adding value to political and social discourse when the audience is aware of the satirical nature of the story. However, these humorous stories would be unfunny to unsuspecting audiences. They could be used to stir opposition to certain groups, incite partisanship and even violence, and cause distrust in a system. One of the most viral stories that started out as a satirical piece was one claiming that Trump was endorsed by the Pope. Without linking to, or even acknowledging its satirical nature, groups seeking to further their own positions shared the story. This meant that people who were not aware of the story's origin would be deceived into believing that it is true, thereby advancing the perpetrator's goal of sowing confusion and increasing support for Trump. If the Pope endorsed him, surely he must be worthy of supporting. Do read beyond the headline and scrutinize the author, the context, the sources cited, and the source sharing the news. These days most people do not bother to read anything but the headline. This is why clickbait headlines have become ubiquitous. Some publishers feel that the best way to attract readers is only by baiting them to click the headline. Agents of disinformation have taken notice, and they use the audience's laziness against them. Most people would not read beyond a headline that reinforces the beliefs that they already held. And when they do, they rarely read for more than a few paragraphs. The people who design disinformation campaigns know that you have a busy schedule and a short attention span. Some of the articles are more than 1,500 words long, with the context hidden in between. Persevere this one time and try to read the whole article. It will save you a ton of time in the future. You will know not to trust this particular source in the future. If the author of the unbelievable story is named, make sure to do a quick search on them. If the author is anonymous, then it is most likely a fake story. Likewise, examine the experts cited. These sorts of disinformation campaigns utilize fake or disreputable experts. Do look at fact-checking websites. To save time and not have to read long, suspicious articles, make sure to use fact-checking websites to find out the truthfulness of any particular story. Fact-checking websites are an important tool to verify viral content. Some websites will respond to user queries about viral content and respond to them. There is therefore a very good chance that your viral video or suspicious news story was reported and debunked. Some of these websites are linked in the description. Make sure that you utilize them to the fullest. Do use NewsGuard. NewsGuard is a website that gives a score to news sources and assists the public in understanding their credibility and transparency. It is a non-partisan organization that has individuals with high reputation in its board. This video is not being sponsored by them or anyone else, but I am mentioning NewsGuard here because it is a vital resource in this post-truth age. I am leaving a link to the website, which gives you the ability to install a browser extension to assist you in identifying fake news sites. Do report to the disinformation detective. I will gladly debunk fake news stories being circulated on the internet. While some websites may generally lack credibility, they may on occasion post truthful stories in order to gain some level of trust with their target audience. Likewise, trustworthy sources may inadvertently share fake viral stories. I will read and look at fake news stories so that you never have to do it. I will read thousands of words of potentially fake news stories instead of you. Don't rely on social media for your news. Social media is how fake news stories become viral. Almost all people who see the news headline with which they agree tend to share it without critically reading it. If the source of the viral story is a so-called alternative source of information, there is a high probability of it being false. If you are going to use social media to get your news, make sure to follow traditional news outlets. Don't click on news stories by websites with weird domains such as .co.com. If you are not careful to look at the URL of the news you are reading online, you may fall prey to reading from a fake news site instead of your favorite traditional news source. Are you reading nytimes.com or nytimes.co.com? Be careful. Iran was recently identified by the Citizen Lab as conducting a disinformation campaign it called Endless Mayfly, in which it targeted Western and Middle Eastern countries, with the aim of creating discord between them. It used a network of false online personas and websites made to look like authentic websites of news organizations and think tanks. The Citizen Lab report is linked in the description. You should bookmark your trusted sources of information in order to be sure that you are never duped into visiting a fake news site instead of the one you wanted. Don't rely on any one source of information. Genuine news is reported across the political divide and by international news sites. Make sure to follow as many varied sources of information as possible. It is very unlikely that they would all run a fake news story. So, to recap. Do read the About page of the news provider. Do read beyond the headline and scrutinize the author, the context, the sources cited, and the source sharing the news. Do look at fact-checking websites. Do use NewsGuard. Do report to the disinformation detective. Don't rely on social media for your news. Don't click on news stories by websites with weird domains such as .co.com. Make sure the site you are viewing is not a spoof version of a reliable source. As always, don't forget to like, share and comment in this video. Also hit the subscribe button and check the notification bell so that you never miss any of my videos. I will be posting at least twice a week. Don't miss my videos. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.